Hello and welcome back to my channel Learn with Nikhil. So here we are going to start with the new topic, that is transformations used in robotics. This is the basics for the kinematics and dynamics which we are going to study later. In kinematics, we study about the movement of the links and the joint, and in dynamics we study the force acting on the links and the joints. So to study that, first we have to study these topics, which we are going to study: a pose of a rigid body in 3D space and the frame transformation. So this is just the part 1, more such part in this topics. So let's begin. So first topic which we are going to study is the pose of a rigid body in 3D space. So this we have seen earlier also. So this is our coordinate system. This is the coordinate system which is called as a universal, that is U coordinate system. So this is a universal coordinate system, and this is in 3D space. So it has XU. So X is the coordinate, U is the universal, YU and ZU. So these are in 3 directions, which gives us a 3-dimensional space, and this is a universal coordinate. Next we have a 3D object. So here it can be anything. This is a 3D cube. It is placed over here in this 3D space. So to find the position and the orientation of this 3D object in this 3D space, first we have to find out the center mass or the mass center of this object. So this center point is the mass center of this object, and this is called as a Q point. Again it has the 3 coordinates. This is the body coordinate, as this is the universal, this is the body coordinate. The mass center is represented by Q, and this cube is represented by this body, which is denoted by B. And it has the 3 coordinates XB, YB and ZB. So every 3D object has the 3 coordinates also from its mass center. It will be XB, X coordinate, Y coordinate, Z coordinate, and this is of the body coordinate. So it is XB, YB and ZB. And this is the universal coordinate. It is XU, YU and ZU. So we have seen this earlier in our previous lectures, where the 3D object has position and has orientation. Now if I have to find the position of this object, 3D object, we have to move along X direction first, then we'll move along Y direction, then we'll move along Z direction to find the position of this 3D object. Next, if you want to find the orientation of this 3D object, then we have to rotate it along X direction, will require to rotate along Y direction, will have to rotate along Z direction to reach this point. So will require 3 positions and 3 orientations or rotations to reach this particular point. So this is the 6-dimensional total 6 degrees of freedom. So first we'll study representation of position. So to explain the position, I'll take the same coordinate system. This is the universal coordinate system. It has XU, YU and ZU, and then you have the center point. This is the center mass of the object. Now to reach this particular point, as I've told you earlier, you have to move along this X direction, and that is represented as small qx. Then we have to move along Y direction. As you can see, this line is parallel to this. This is represented as small qy, and then you have to move along Z direction, that is represented as small qz. And then this Q point will be the combination of these 3 lines, that will be qx, qy and qz. Now to represent this point Q with respect to this universal coordinate system, you have to find the vector of Q. So to find the vector Q, so it is represented as Q bar. Q bar is nothing but vector, and it is represented with respect to u, and it is represented in matrix form, which is Qx, Qy and Qz, which is a 3 into 1 matrix. So Q is this point which is represented with respect to universal coordinate system, and it is represented as a 3 into 1 matrix which gives Qx, Qy and Qz. So this is the position matrix. So to find the position, you have to denote it like this. So this is the position matrix. Next we'll move towards the representation, the orientation. So to study the representation of orientation or rotation, again we have considered the coordinate system, that is the universal coordinate system. You have this body coordinate system, that is B coordinate system, and you have the Q point, that is the center mass of the body. Now here you can see the XB is not parallel to XU, YB is not parallel to YU, ZB is not parallel to ZU. So this means there is some rotation across XU, there is some rotation across YU, and there is rotation across ZU. So that is why this point and this coordinate system is not parallel to this. So there is some rotation or orientation. Now to represent this rotation or orientation, it is represented as R, that is rotation of body coordinate with respect to universal coordinate. So B with respect to U is given as a matrix, and this is a 3 by 3 matrix which is represented as X bar, that is the vector body coordinate with respect to U, Y bar body coordinate with respect to U, Z bar body coordinate with respect to universal coordinate. So this is represented as a 3 by 3 matrix. Now the 3 by 3 matrix is further, these elements are N is nothing but the normal, S is the sliding, and A is approach vector. So this 3 by 3 matrix is further represented as the normal X, normal Y, normal Z, sliding X, sliding Y, sliding Z, and approach X, approach Y and approach Z. So for position, which we have seen earlier, it is represented as one matrix, that is the 3 into 1 matrix or one vector, and the rotation and the orientation is represented as 3 into 3 matrix or 3 vectors. Now I'll explain the position and orientation with this Robo Analyzer software. Now when you open this Robo Analyzer software, go to this HTM module, that is homogeneous transformation matrix module, and when we open, we get this coordinate system. So this coordinate system, this is the X coordinate system, Y coordinate system and the Z coordinate system. So this is the 3D coordinate system. Here you have the translation. Translation is nothing but the position, and this is the rotation. Okay, and here you have the matrix. This matrix I'll explain you in detail later. Right now we will concentrate on the coordinate system, that is this coordinate system. This is the universal coordinate system, and at the center you can see here, this is the body coordinate system. So right now this X is parallel to this X, so this Y is parallel to this Y, and this Z is parallel to this Z. Now here you can see you have this view, you have the show, you can convert this into cube. So the center mass of the cube is this point. Right now it is at the center. Now if you have to move along X direction, now I'll show you the position first, then I'll show you the rotation or the orientation. So as we discussed earlier, so this is the center point of the cube. Now we have to move along X direction. So here I'll give some value. I'll write here maybe 2. So this will move along X 2 units. So I'll click on translate. So as you can see, this has moved along x axis, that is 2 units. I'll make this 0, I'll make this 2. Now I'll move along y axis, that is 2 units. So I'll click on translate. This has moved along y axis, that is 2 units. And finally I'll click here, that is z. So this has moved along z axis, that is 2 units. So this is how you do the position or change the position of the object. Now here you can see there are some changes in this matrix. Earlier here it was 0 0 0. So here you can see this is 2 2 and 2, which we had put it here. So this is nothing but qx, this is nothing but qy, this is nothing but qz. So only this part, this much part, is the 3 into 1 matrix that we have spoken earlier. So this is a 1 vector and this is 3 into 1 matrix, and this is represented as position matrix. So this is qx, this is qy, this is qz. So small qx, small qy and small qz. So when we are here in the bracket, we can write small qx, small qy, small qz, which is 2 comma 2 comma 2. I'll take some more example. For that you can make this clear. So this got clear. We can reset it. Now when we reset, as you can see, this is the identity matrix. Here you have 0 0 0. Directly also you can give this values like 2 2 2. So when I write this is 2 2 2, I'll make this as cube again. I'll translate. So this directly translated from this point to here. So this point is q point, which is qx is 2 2 and 2. You can give any values you want. You can write 2 3 4. You can click on translate. So this is the point, this is 2 3 4. So this part is the position matrix, these first 3 lines. This is 3 into 1 matrix. Now moving towards the rotation matrix, I'll again click on this cube. So as you can see, rotation about x axis. Now this x is parallel to this. Now right now you have to rotate along x axis. So when we rotate along x axis, this 2 will change. So this will move here, this will move here. So I am giving an angle of maybe 30 degrees. I'll click on rotate. So as you can see, this part was parallel and it is parallel to the x axis. So this is rotation about x axis. So this point is common and this has rotated like this. So there is some angle, this angle is 30 degree. So this angle theta we represented as 30 degree. So this is 30 and this is 30. If I reset this again, I have to rotate about y axis at 30 degree. This is y axis. I'll move this, rotate. So y axis is common and this has rotated. This angle is 30 degree. This angle is 30 degree. Now if you have to rotate along z axis, I'll consider, let's see, 45 degrees. I'll rotate. So this is the z axis. This angle is 45 degree. This angle is 45 degree. Now when this happens, you can see there is some changes in the matrix here. I'll just clear this, reset this. So as you can see at the start, it is an identity matrix. If I change to some value, you can see this matrix has changed. So this 6 boxes, this is nothing but the rotation or the orientation matrix. So these are the 3 vectors as we have seen earlier in the slides. This is the normal, sliding and approach. So this is the 3 into 3 matrix which represents orientation or the rotation, and this 3 represents position. So this is how it is. To explain this more, here you have this local and global also. I'll explain this local and global also here itself, so it will be clear. Local, it was clicked on local only earlier. So whatever we rotated along x axis, this is along this local axis. And when I click on global, what will happen? Right now it will be same as it is on the center only. Now if I move this somewhere else, I'll show you. If I move this somewhere else first, now there will be the difference in the local and global. Now local transformation, so here I have done the position. This is the position 2 2 2. This is the position matrix. It has moved here. This is 2 2 and 2. Now I'm combining this position and the rotation both combined. So about x-axis, I'm rotating about x-axis. So local rotation is about this axis. So this will rotate along this axis. So when I click on rotation, as you can see, it has rotated along this local axis. This is the local axis. Now if I rotate along global axis, same about x-axis I have to rotate, but I have clicked on global. So this is the global axis. Now when I click on rotate, this has rotated along this axis. So this is the global axis. You can keep on moving this, rotate. So this has rotated along this axis. If I have to rotate along y, this is y, rotate. So this has rotated along this. If I have to rotate along z, so this is rotated along this. So this change in the angle, this angle is 45 degrees. So as you can see, there are many changes in the matrix. This matrix, how this value came, I'll explain it in my future lectures. So just keep in mind, these three matrix are the rotation or the orientation matrix, and these three are the position matrix. And this matrix combined is called as frame transformation. So let's move towards that. So as we are now clear with the position and orientation, next we'll move towards the frame transformation. So we have seen the position matrix, we have seen the rotation matrix, how it is formed. Now the combination of both is this frame transformation. So to explain this, the same example we have taken, you have the universal coordinate system, you have the body coordinate system, you have the Q point, you have this center mass Q point. Now here again you can see this is not parallel to this universal coordinate system. So this point, to reach this point, we have to move this center point or the origin point here. So to move the center point or the origin point here, you have to do some position changes, you have to do some orientation or the rotation. So this vector matrix, which is the combination of both position and rotation, this is denoted as vector Q B origin, as the origin is shifted, B origin with respect to universal coordinate system. So this point is Q bar, that is the vector Q, B origin as the origin is shifted with respect to the universal coordinate system. And this frame transformation total with the mix of the 3×3 matrix of rotation and orientation and position matrix, which is 3×1. So the frame is the combination, a set of 4 vectors, which includes 1 position vector and 3 orientation vectors. So frame transformation is nothing but the combination of frame translation plus frame rotation. Now we'll discuss the frame translation and frame rotation in detail in my next video lecture. Thank you. If you have any doubts, connect with me on Instagram.